Mauritius is an island nation in the Indian Ocean that has attracted a large number of foreign investments over the years. With a strong and steady experience in economic growth, Mauritius has become one of the most business-friendly countries in Africa. Residence brings many benefits, including lifestyle advantages, with additional benefits for Southern African Development Community citizens. According to the Economic Development Board of Mauritius, dubbed EDB, a residence permit may be granted to foreign investors, workers, or retired non-citizens to allow them stay in Mauritius, and after a certain number of years, they may now apply for permanent residence. Mauritius is known for its political, social, and economic stability, safe environment, pleasant tropical climate, multiculturalism, and high quality of life. The country is also revered for its attractive tax regimes and competitive business landscape that has bolstered her global stature and is now drawing high net worth individuals and families from around the world. You might already have some questions in mind about everything that has to do with getting a residence in Mauritius. Just keep watching this video to discover more for yourself. If you are already getting interested and curious to know more about this video's content, then give it a like and subscribe to our channel before we ride on. According to Henley and Partners, the Residence by Investment program, which you shall be watching more about shortly, is the most efficient way that allows foreign nationals to make a real investment in the country, apply for a residence permit, and even become Mauritian citizens between 6 to 8 months. The Mauritian government has put in place various measures by which foreigners can get a permanent residence in the country, and you can decide to choose any of the 4 methods we shall be presenting to you in a moment. Let us see what each of these methods entails, so that by the end of the video, you may pick your own strategy to get a residence in Mauritius, or share with a loved one. Let's begin. 1. Residency by investment. The Mauritius Residence by Investment program is ranked 13th out of 26 on the 2023 Global Residence Program Index. You can get a 20-year residence permit in Mauritius through the Economic Development Board by investing a minimum of $375,000 in different business activities, such as banking, agriculture and fisheries, construction, cinema and communication, freeport, information technology, infrastructure, insurance, leisure, manufacturing, tourism and warehousing, initial public offerings, and many others. It is important to note that when we talk of getting a residence in Mauritius, it applies to the whole family, including a spouse or common law partner, parents, natural or adopted children who are fully dependent on the applicant, unmarried, and who should not engage in any employment. Mauritius' Residence by Investment program requires foreign investors to get luxury residential real estate with a minimum value of $375,000 in any of these 6 estate projects. They include the Integrated Resort Scheme, the Real Estate Scheme, Property Development, Invest Hotel, Smart City, and the Ground Plus 2 Apartment Scheme. The investment program is open to general investors, who are required to deposit a sum of about $50,000 in a financial institution recognized by the Bank of Mauritius for a 10-year initial residence period. High-tech investors, innovative startup investors, professional and self-employed investors are also required to pay an amount ranging between $35,000 to $60,000 to secure a 10-year initial residence period. Retired non-citizen investors are required to do a transfer of at least $1,500 monthly to any local bank in Mauritius for a 10-year initial residence period or $54,000 for a 3-year residence period. All investment transactions are possible only when applications through prescribed forms and payment of appropriate fees have been made to competent authorities. Once approval in principle has been granted and the applicant has fulfilled the investment, the application for residence is then submitted to the Economic Development Board. Then the applicant and his or her family members can now boast of having obtained a Mauritian residence permit. 2. Purchase a Mauritian real estate. It is possible to acquire a residence in Mauritius by simply purchasing a real estate. Foreigners seem to be strongly interested in Mauritius, and this is understandable when you look at the country's socio-economic atmosphere. If you are one of them, then here is all you need to know about buying a property in Mauritius. The purchase of real estate in Mauritius can be done individually or under a company or trust. However, only one of the members or shareholders will be eligible for permanent residence rights for himself and his family, including dependents, until the age of 24. As you already heard a while ago, in order to get a residence permit in Mauritius, one has to make negotiations with the government's EDB. The acquisition of real estate in Mauritius is governed by a legal framework known as the Purchase Off Plan, or VEFA. You will first sign a preliminary reservation contract with the promoter, then pay 5 to 10% the price of the estate, which will be kept in escrow in the bank. This done, you will then be integrated into various schemes of your choice, depending on your purchasing power. They include the Property Development Scheme, under which real estates are sold to non-citizens, citizens, and members of the Mauritian diaspora spread across the world. The Integrated Resort Scheme, in which property owners gain Mauritian tax resident status, with no restriction on the repatriation of funds or revenue from the sales or rental of properties. Obtaining a unit under this scheme makes you eligible for a 10-year Mauritian visa, and it is renewable and valid as long as you hold a residential unit. The Mauritian Real Estate Scheme offers different types of residence, such as villas, penthouses, duplexes, and apartments that are located within exclusive smaller residential developments. According to EDB, a foreigner can acquire a residential property in existing real estate projects and will be granted a residence permit if he invests a minimum of $375,000 in the property. 3. Engage in a Mauritian occupation. Mauritius is a popular hub for international trade and business. The service industry offers about 70% of white-collar jobs in the country, with the tourism and finance sectors being the strongest. Mauritian officials affirm that foreign nationals can get a residence permit as enterprising investors, professionals, or as self-employed individuals. The occupation permit is a combined work and residence permit, which allows non-citizens to reside and work in Mauritius for a period of up to 10 years. This permit is only available to sponsored professionals, investors, and self-employed workers. Foreign students who have completed at least an undergraduate degree in a recognized tertiary education institution in Mauritius may be eligible for the Young Professional Occupant Permit. You can also get a residency permit by working as an employee in Mauritius if your monthly salary is not less than 60,000 Mauritian rupees. If you are working in the ICT, business processing, pharmaceutical, or food processing industries, then the minimum salary you will need before qualifying for a residence in Mauritius will be about 30,000 rupees. However, non-citizens can pursue a career and live in the country as self-reliant persons in the service sector. They also have to register with the government agency concerned as a one-person business activity. Self-employed persons in the country have to deposit at least $35,000 in a Mauritian bank, and their annual income should not be less than 600 rupees. Various programs have been developed over the years to encourage non-citizens to achieve resident status and buy real estates in Mauritius. It is worth noting that non-citizens who have acquired a residence permit under a real estate scheme in Mauritius are allowed to work or invest in the country without an occupation or work permit. 4. Retire in Mauritius. The beautiful landscapes, blends of culture, and interesting people are some reasons why Mauritius should be your top retirement destination. To retire in Mauritius, you need to apply for a retirement visa, and the country offers what is known as the Residence Permit as Retired Non-Citizen Program for foreigners who wish to continue living in the country while on retirement. When applying for a retirement visa, one has to furnish some documents, including the Mauritius Retirement Visa Application Form, passport copies, which must be valid for 6 months from the date of application, marriage certificate for married applicants, photographs, residency permit, medical certificate, police clearance, and an application fee of about $25. Retired persons can earn residency in Mauritius if they are at least 50 years of age. In order to be eligible for this grant, you just need to make an initial transfer of $1,500, or its equivalent in another currency, to a local bank within Mauritius. The Mauritian government, however, does not allow the employment of foreign retirees but they can apply for a permanent residence in the country after their third year of stay there. The benefits of getting a retirement visa in Mauritius are quite numerous. You will have high chances of living in a very peaceful and comfortable environment. You will also get the right to invest in any business, provided that you are not employed in the business nor involved in its management, and also if you do not gain a monthly salary or employment benefits from it. Depending on your standard of living, Mauritius can be very affordable. It is true that, when retiring, you would choose a place with low cost of living and a good quality of life. In places like Port Louis, you can find apartments from $230 to $1,600. If you are single, then you can live comfortably in Mauritius for $550 per month without including rents. Grand Bay, Mocha, Quaterborns, and Curepipe are some of the highly revered retirement locations in Mauritius you'll want to visit once you get to the country. Other reasons why you should retire in Mauritius and remain there on permanent residence include low tax rates, affordable health care, cultural events, biodiversity, and local cuisine. Spice lovers will obviously enjoy every Mauritian dish because Mauritians use very delicious spices as dominant component in their cooking. Life in Mauritius has much to offer, as you have just watched in this video. I have spent a few days living in different destinations in Africa, and Mauritius is one of those destinations that greatly captivated my attention through the benefits it offers both to citizens and foreigners. We hope you have learned a thing or two from this video, or you've added meaning to what you already know. The process of getting a residence in Mauritius may have more or less phases, which have not been mentioned in this video, but we believe that these are the essential things you should know and do. If you found this video interesting, please give it a like and leave your opinions in the comments section if you have any. Do not forget to subscribe to the New Tourist channel and turn on the notification button so that you don't miss any of our content. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next video.